Right, there you go then. Off you go. Enjoy. Good evening, folks.
Hello,
Evening,
Zeb. Hello, everybody.
how we're all well. It's lovely here and hot and warm, whatever you want to call it. So I've got the windows open. So if you hear screaming kids tonight, I'm sorry because it's this room can get a bit hot and sticky. So
Likewise, and I've got windows open, so the ice cream van hasn't turned up. So you might get that little jingle going in the background. And before I forget, congratulations, young sir.
Oh, thank you.
1,000 subscriptions. That's a hell of a milestone. Very well done. I know people have been commenting on your little video and heaping praise, but I think a lot of praise is due to a gentleman by the name of Patrick, who sort of kicked you over the line, as it were.
Yes, he did. The vinyl archivist. He kicked me over the line. I mean, it was great to actually go to 1,000 live on a stream. It was a ragels, but it just was so good. Good evening, Richard.
Evening, Richard. Anyway, shall we begin?
I think we should, yeah. Hope everyone is well. I've just got to hit a button somewhere, and then I can. Right, here we go. Hope you can all still see me because I've just got what's in front of me. So, as you know, it's been a huge week on the channel.
Yay!
2,767 views, which is pretty cool, and a massive 31 subscribers, and 11 of them came yesterday in 6 or 7 minutes, thanks to Patrick the Vinyl Archivist. So what you've been watching, well, I thought this would be up there, and it was the album review of A Girl's Crying in Her Latte by Sparks. 75 people have watched that. Matt's birthday top 10, 83. But no surprises what's number one. It's the 1970 number twos with Richard, 166. We're still top of the pile on that one. The 28-day figures looks impressive. 11,845. I remember when I got Jump for Joy, when I actually had 11,000 views in total.
Yeah.
And a massive 60 subs in 20 days. That's something else.
Yeah.
Top 3, tier ranking of R.T.O 167. Number 2, my first collaboration with Naomi from 365 Days of Prague, the Yes one, with 191. But in the lead and still at the top, 1980s, number 2s were Richard, 232. So Richard, we hold 2 top places. But unfortunately, not in the overhaul.
I'm sorry, I keep giggling every time you say that, the number 2s. Yes.
Yes, the channel has now had 181,741 views. And this is the bit I like. Subscribers now, 1,012.
Yay.
That does look good. No change in the top 3, folks. R.T.O, Derek Riggs, and Status Quo. Now, Status Quo's gone up a bit this week. About 20, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it now stands at 6,734. We won't be long before that. It's 10,000 on its own. Last week's Battle of the Debuts was a huge win for the Killers. 37-7. The poor old Bravery got a drubbing. This week's is already up and running. It's 2 great legends of rock, one being UFO, the other being the Scorpions. And Michael Schenker started off with the Scorpions, had a spat with Rudolph, and joined UFO. So that's this week's. So now it's over for the new title of the show, which Dave will tell you all about. The new part of the show that he does. It's got a new name, hasn't it?
Hey, what?
She'll be.
Yes, sorry.
It's in
Sorry,
honour of
yes.
your mum.
Yes. My mum used to buy the weekly local paper on a Thursday. Came out on a Thursday, and the first thing she did was to catch up with the local news. And it was the births, deaths, and marriages. That was the first pages she always turned to, and it was referred to as hatches, matches, and dispatches. So this segment is now sort of hatches, matches, and dispatches in honour of mum. And unfortunately, we only have 2 deaths, or should I say, fortunately. 13th of June, we lost Christy Dignan, 63 years old, Irish singer with a band called Aslan. And on the 14th of June, we lost John Rowan, better known as Blackie Onassis. He was an American rock drummer with the band Urge Overkill. Luckily, that's all. However, the birthdays. Oh my, we have a list for you this week. Iain and I talked about this earlier. We're going to start, as usual, youngest and go to the oldest. So, happy birthday today to 37-year-old Stepan Hauser. He's a Croatian cellist, one half of 2 cellos. 38 today is Nadine Coyle, Northern Ireland pop singer with Girls Aloud. 40 years old today is the youngest sister of Natalie Imbruglia. Her sister Laura, 40 today. She's an Australian singer-songwriter. 47 today is Gary Lightbody, a Northern Irish musician. He's with Snow Patrol. Ireland are doing well this week. 54. It's happy birthday, Ice Cube, the American rapper and actor. And Big 60. It's happy birthday to Scott Rockenfield, the American drummer with Queensryche. 66. Brad Gillis, rock guitarist and vocalist with a band called Night Ranger. And 69 today is a blind country music singer by the name of Terry Gibbs, and she has been quite successful in her own right. 72 years old today are 2 people. One of them is Steve Walsh. He's a progressive rock singer with a band you all know called Kansas. The other person not a lot of you will know is a gentleman by the name of Joe Pizzullo. He's an American session and touring vocalist, and he's played and sung with the likes of Alice Cooper and Sergio Mendes. 74 years old today. Iain's going to hate me for this. Is Russell Hitchcock. He's an Australian rock vocalist with a duo, Air Supply. Now, Air Supply have been added to the laundry list after someone made a comment on the Curved Air video that they kept getting, they looked past Curved Air because they were getting them mixed up with Air Supply. So Curved Air, thank you very much. Air Supply have now been added to the laundry list with 17 albums. Oh, at 74 anyway. Michael Lutz, bassist, singer and guitarist with a band called Brownsville Station, best known for Smoking in the Boys' Room. 76-year-old Elliot Randall, happy birthday to you. An American session guitarist. He has played with Steely Dan, Carly Simon and Yoko Ono. 77 years old today. Well. Janet Lennon, she's a pop vocalist with the Lennon Sisters. But all of Birmingham will be celebrating because it's Neville Noddy Holder's birthday today. Vocalist, songwriter and guitarist with Slade. 80 years young, Mervyn Muff Winwood. He's a songwriter and bassist. He used to play with the Spencer Davis Group. And oldest of them all, 89 years young today, is Ruby Nash Curtis. She was an American pop and R&B singer with Ruby and the Romantics. Happy birthday to all those. So, that's the hatches, matches, and dispatches. So now it's, and good evening, Chauncey Phillips, Mike, Matt, Mick, everybody else who've come in while we've been yapping away. So now it's time to bring up. Boom. This. And away you go, young sir.
Okay, well, here we go. What's on next week? Well, I've got some goodies for you this coming week. And we are going to start off with a great Monday. Two legends. We're going to be ranking the albums of the Mighty Who. I love that picture of the band. That's great. Classic album. We're going to do a little bit of The Doors. We're going to do LA Woman, which is an absolute banging album. So Tuesday, we're continuing with the David Crosby story. And I don't know where he fitted all this in with, Stills and Nash and Young, Stills and Nash, solo. And he still found time to work with his buddy Graham Nash. So how he did that, I don't know. And we're having a bit of culture on Retro Ranking. We're going to do some soundtracks. And it's mostly cowboy films, I'm afraid. And that'll be... Is it Ennio Morricone? Is that how he says it?
Yeah, Ennio.
Ennio Morricone, which will be good. Marathon Day is a request for the American power metal band Camelot. Great band, made some great albums. That was a toughie because I like them all. Thursday, we've got a really interesting battle for the debuts. For a start, they're both from Wales, but they're 7 years between. They're about 7 years, but they're very similar to each other. They that sort of thing. So we've got the Manic Street Preachers against the Stereophonics. Camera's View is a belter next week. Mike Oldfield live at Edinburgh Castle, where he performed the whole of Tubular Bells 2, which is an absolute diamond album, and the live version is even better in my books.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
especially the visual effects.
Oh,
once you see what you hear, it makes it all that little bit more special. Anyway,
certainly is. Friday, we're doing a bit of Rapid Eye Movement live albums.
Ooh.
Great band. And an album that I've been waiting for 15 years. The brand new album from one of my favourite American rock bands, Extreme, and their new album, 6. But that's not all for next week. You've got me working on a Saturday. Oh, look, we've got someone's birthday on the 24th.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Richard and I will be looking at 60s number 2s. They're getting more older as they we go. That'll be a good one. I'm looking forward to that one. And then on Sunday, I've got a double whammy birthday. We've got the legendary Jimmy Barnes' birthday and our very own from the panel, Nick's Vinyl Butty's birthday as well. So a busy old week for me. When do I get time off? Never.
When I say so.
Yes. But it's going to be a busy week, and I'm looking forward to doing all those birthdays. I think that's the most birthdays I've had to do in 1 week. So if I hit that button, I can come out now and come back in.
There we go. You're out. It's just the two of us. And good evening, Christopher and Elegant Eggnog. And
good evening, Naomi.
Ooh, hello.
That's a good one, Nick. Pop that one in because Richard, I had to inform Richard that his choice I've already done. I can't remember what I've done and what I haven't done. Even Dave missed it. So,
yeah.
So let's get people up and have a think. So have we got in tonight? Good evening, Naomi. You're looking forward to the Morricone one. I thought you would. I'm a big fan of his stuff. I like his cowboy. Good evening, Mike. Would love to see more madness. That's an idea. We might do some more madness then. Thank you very much, Ralph.
Did we do madness as a retro, or was it?
I've done retro ranking, yeah, but I've not done anything up. Good evening, Bino. Welcome. As you can, have I put it up yet? Has it gone up? Yeah. So if you want to come up and say hello, that's the link. And as you can see on the bottom, we're giving a shout out this week to Lloyd Boone, who's a friend of Richard's and mine from Australia. Unfortunately, poor old Lloyd had his YouTube channel hacked, lost all his content, lost all his subscribers. So go and support him. The details are there. Go and give him go and subscribe to him, because he's a really good guy. He's got some interesting stuff up already. He's been busy already. So go and give a big shout out to for Lloyd. There we go. I said I'd do that for him. And tonight I'm sort of supporting my favourite Canadian band.
Oh, Echo 7, what are they up to?
Well, they're busy making an album.
Another one?
Yeah.
Oh,
okay. I think this is Richard's replacement. With Elvis Costello, My Aim Is True, and Graham Parker, Heat Treatment. That'll be a good one. So that's instead of Uja Madiddle and what's it?
Duran Duran and Spandau Ballet.
Yeah. So there we go. That's sorted. But keep coming up with them, guys, because we will do another one where you choose the battles again, because I think it's an idea. It's called the Rankers Gallery, Seb. We're on a different. You're talking about a different show. Okay, no problem. I'll put it up. Just bear with me 2 seconds. I just got to go into the banners. Sorry about that, folks. I'll put it back up in a minute. Oh, I've just I've taken it down complete now. What a wally.
Graham Parker's Howling Wind. Hey.
I'll find it. Don't worry. I'll find the link for you. Just talk amongst yourselves. Well, Dave, you're in. As they say on Star Trek, Dave, you have the com.
Well, com. Yes, I use that. Yeah, com. Well, while you're doing that,
I've got to find him. There he is. I should be back in about 30 seconds. Copy.
So that is now Howling Wind. Okay. Hey, share.
Okay, we got. I'm back. This is for Lloyd. This is Lloyd's channel. It's in the Rankers Gallery now. Go and support this chap. He is fantastic. The Graham Parker album is Howling Wind.
Yeah. Yeah, got that.
Treatment. Is that something you're having, Richard? Anyway, it's. I mean, you're all always like to know what Rocky's been up to. Well, this week, the funniest thing he done this week, that he disappeared. I think it was, when was it? Sunday evening. I was dozing on the sofa, you know. And next thing I heard this trot walking in, and he'd come in his mouth with a chicken foot, which is up in a little socket, a little bag. And I wouldn't have found out, and he'd only pulled it down to get into the things.
Yeah, greedy little bugger.
The way he trotted in, though. Look at me, Dad. Look what I've got. Yeah. But he's been really good this week. He's keeping cool. He's drinking loads, which I don't mind. And he's been hiding under the computer table because it's really cool under there. I actually put my hand under the other day, and I nearly crawled in with him. It's that cool. It is so cool under there. I don't know why, because there's no fan on or anything under there. It's just a really.
Well, there is, because the computer itself, there is some fan action going. It sounds awful that. But yeah, the fans do go, so there is circulation of air. And so long as it's not just sitting there, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want to come up, folks, you're more than welcome to come and join the throng. I've come up with a sort of new show because I'm going to. I don't know when though. Classic album's going to have a rest, and I've come up with another sort of idea. And
oh, hello, right, okay, yes,
we talked about this earlier, if you remember.
Yes. So, no, sorry, I'm doing two things at once. Hey, what?
Yes, so we're going to come up. I probably won't be for another couple of months because I've got to really look into it. It's a good idea. It was actually come from my mate Lee because he brought me in an article in this month's Record Collector, and it's called Under the Radar. It's them bands that nearly made it, but it's got a great article on the Arrows, Alan Merrill's band. I Love Rock and Roll and all that. Yeah. So,
so that's where the idea came, right? Okay.
Yeah, and Lee's pretty good. He comes up with some great ideas, like Gary used to.
Hello.
Just throw random ideas at me.
Something. Your sound just went weird.
My sound just went weird.
Yeah, you blipped almost.
Was it a Norman Collier? Yep. Not working.
No. It was and we're still going. And baby, it's internet. Just as we're yakking, I went and looked at something. I honestly want to know how many people answered Madonna, Taylor Swift, and the Beatles. I put that up as a joke, and I can't believe how many people. 26 people have voted. 10 people have got it right.
Good evening,
Evening, Stephen.
I think we're doing a band. You asked for Camelot. I think you asked for Camelot. And the other thing I put the final touches to today, ready for the go, is another band is 10.
Yes.
Yeah, 10's coming up.
This is it. They're starting to roll in, and it's getting to the point now. Whenever we initially started this, I didn't make a note of who asked for what. I've been doing that, and now we're coming up. So I would say almost on a regular basis, somebody's going to get their name mentioned at the start of a video each week.
Question for Mike. When am I doing Vivis Frond? It's down to July, isn't it?
I think it is.
Yes, it is. July, Mike. July. Yes, we know Stephen likes 10. He'll be getting excited already.
So.
I tell you what, I'll tell you about 10. I'd only got one song by them on one of them classic rock CDs you used to get in the magazine. And it was the song Spellbound. And I loved that. And I didn't realise it was the same band. But...
Oh, likewise. I didn't realise.
Yeah, but now... I love them.
Oh, right. Oh, well, I am... After the week I've had, I am actually waiting with bated breath for Saturday. Because I want to hear what your 5 priceless vinyl records and what 5 Naomi has chosen.
Yes, that's
I think that's a nice concept. What are the 5 albums or single? It just says priceless vinyl, so it can be albums or singles.
No, yes. Mine are definitely albums, but I've actually got some surprises for Naomi, so she'll find out on Saturday. Stephen, Mystery. Now, Mystery, they're Benoit David has played with Yes. So it's a combination of Yes and prog. It's all proggy. They're a prog band. They are really good, Stephen. Go and check them out.
Oh, you said Lakenheath. Yeah, just down the road. Basically, it's just down the road from us.
Yeah, been to Lakenheath a few times.
Yeah. Yes.
I believe Matt. I mean, I remember back in the 80s, they used to do Special Olympics. I think it was at Lakenheath.
Yeah.
And people were learning disabilities, because I'm sure we went. Was it? No, I don't think it was Mildenhall. I don't know.
There was the Special Olympics might have been at Mildenhall. Lakenheath was, if I remember correctly, Lakenheath was home to the F-111s.
All I remember, we had to take American money to spend on the base.
Yeah. Evening, Simon.
It's not monetary, no, Richard. I think it's albums. It can be money, what they're worth, or something special to you. So I think that's what Naomi said.
I think it's
this
more.
Is Naomi's show, so she set the things. So
I think it's more personal value.
Yeah, I that's what I've taken it as interpreting.
Oh, he was there. Right.
God, I'll tell you what, Matt. If that's where we used to do Special Olympics, I was working in that field in them years. Oh dear.
Yes, and I can say that, if you remember the raid on Libya. Remember the bombing raid on Libya, the F-111s? They came out of Lakenheath and flew all the way down.
I'll just answer Richard's question. Richard, we're recording at 3:00. So by tea time they should be out. You know how quick I get hours out, and
it's all time difference with Naomi.
Yeah, it's me. It's 3:00 my time, so I should have it out tea time-ish, because I haven't got to put any little bits in, as we call them. It's just editing it and make sure there's no nose things and anything like that on it. So and dogs barking and people throwing things through your windows and that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Right. Oh God, me and the ex-wife used to drive past and through Newmarket, going to see her mum and dad. Oh, low fly past the SR-71. Oh yes.
They used to fly over here as well.
Yeah, but the SR-71, I remember they broke the transatlantic record. They absolutely shattered it. And they flew over from the States and hit the brakes as they were crossing the coast and had to turn over Holland. That's how far they went before they could actually turn to come back and approach to do. Yes, it will, Richard. Well, it'd be. I would assume it's going to be on both channels.
Community like you do, Richard. Funny enough, Stephen, I've been listening to some FM as well. I wonder why. I wonder why.
Oh, you're talking FM band rather than FM quality.
Yes.
No, I had to listen to FM radio for 2 days while I went down south, because they don't have DAB in the south of Ireland. It's either FM or AM radio.
Yeah, talking of that, have you got a more up to date? What's it? Because last time we went down to Ennis, according to his sat nav, we were driving through fields.
And coming back with Mary this time, we were still driving through fields and up the middle of rivers. No, the cost to update the sat nav. Now it's just a little bit of software. It's 150 quid just for a little software update. No, thank you.
It was so funny. It was. I think I actually recorded it, didn't I, on my video game?
Yeah. Oh, you were recording bits all over the place. Every time we crossed the county line. Now,
I tell you what, I think I've got that still.
I've got one where now. Which one was it? It came up last week where we were. Where were we going? Where were we? We were arriving somewhere. It was whenever we were stopping for coffee on the way there.
God.
It wasn't Maynooth, because Maynooth was on the way back. That was an epic journey. It was an epic journey.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to pull that out and put it on the channel, because you'll see that we're just and you'll get some great Irish accents from Dave, I can tell you.
To be sure.
And then people, I mean, one or two people said it'd be nice to see something a bit different. So I think that is. It'll just be the road trip there and back, because I won't bore you with all the pretties in the between, but all the clips and whatever. It's quite fun to watch. So
I tell you what, you've got to do the Cliffs of Moher because of the buses.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the buses. I might put them on. I'll see if I can put something together. And I don't know when it'll go out, because it's going to take a lot of editing, that one. So I'll sort that up. Right, I'm going to put the invite up again, but you're all shy tonight. What's up with you?
Yeah.
Let's turn that off.
Maybe they're just letting you bask in your glory.
It's not glory. I've only got subs. It's not. I'm not as big as some channels.
Oh, I know. I remember whenever you told me that you were doing this, and I went and looked. I had a look at some of the people that I was watching on YouTube. I said, okay, you do realise the sort of competition you're up against. Because there's one guy I follow, and he's over 2 million followers, subscribers. Wow. You're really expecting to do, make money out of this, or is this just a hobby? Oh, this is just a hobby. I thought, thank God for that. Because if you're going up against someone who has 2.5 million subscribers, you don't stand much of a chance.
No. It doesn't bother me. I do this because I enjoy music, and I like to share my things on music.
And the thing is, you found a niche. You found a little niche area that other people do post reviews, but they just say, oh, I hate this album, I don't like this, I don't like that, the cover's dreadful, or the cover's brilliant, or whatever. You sit and you go through the albums, you go through the songs. What is wrong with this song? What's right with this song? Who did this? Who did what? Brilliant. Not many people are doing that, and I think that's where you've captured an audience, and then with the assistance of Rachel and the Peanut Gallery, and then latterly Patrick, you've added to your base. Good evening, Richard. Nice to see you.
Good evening. I'm only on for 10 minutes because I have to go to work. I'm only on to go, congratulations and celebrations. He's finally made the 1,000 subs. Ranking up, sure.
Well, you're part of that. You've.
I take no credit whatsoever.
You was the first person to ever invite me onto another channel to do a video.
God, I know. I've been regretting it ever since.
I bet you have. Well, the good news is, Richard, I've actually now done the 60s and the 90s. I've surpassed.
I've done the both as well. So that 60s, not Saturday coming, but it's 9 days time.
Yeah, 20 Dave's birthday.
Yeah, 24th.
Well, I'm hoping I'll be in good shape because I'm going out for a meal on the Friday night, and I'm not driving.
Oh dear! Uh-oh!
We shall see.
I'm sure you'll be all right.
I should be, yes. If I have a bottle of Lucas here instead of a little bottle of Coke, there's something wrong.
No, I won't have to say anything. We must remember, though, to say number 2. Do you know how many times one of us said number 1 in that?
I know, I can't help it. I gave off to you, and it just came right back at me. I think I made the mistake about 5 times afterwards.
And I can't believe that people over the week, you've missed this, they put theirs in. You go,
listen, the one that really annoyed me was Elvis Costello's Oliver's Army, because that would have been in my top 5, because it's one of the best singles ever. And then I saw another one that could have got top 10, definitely bubbling under. And I just said, I'm not reading any more of these comments. And that was Candy Staton, Young Hearts Run Free, which I also love as well. Hi, Rob.
Evening,
Hi,
Rob.
how are you doing?
Good evening, Rob. How are you?
I'm good.
Yes. Have a good weekend watching Manchester City.
Yeah, they were quite fortunate in the end, weren't they?
The goalkeeper saved their skin at the end, didn't he?
Well, just bad finishing by Lukaku, isn't it? He's got all the goal to aim for, and he decides he's going to hit Edison. So, well, I was thinking, I mean, Arsenal really should have won the league. Man United could have easily beat City in the FA Cup, and Inter Milan could have beat City on Saturday. So they've won the treble.
That's exactly the same as 1999. Arsenal should have been in the FA Cup final.
Yeah.
And Man United very luckily won. Well, if it wasn't for Solskjaer, they wouldn't have won the European Cup. Oops, I'm going.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right there.
Anyway, good evening, Mike.
Oh yeah, how you doing? Anyway,
I'm doing
my
very
congratulations.
Well.
Now you've reached the YouTube big time, eh?
I don't feel any difference.
I want to know when we're going to go.
I'm off.
Okay.
Okay. Take care, Richard. See you next week.
All the best.
Bye. Thanks, Richard.
Oh, I want to know when. I want to know when we're going shopping for Diamond Soul shoes.
Diamond Soul shoes.
Hello.
Good evening.
Evening, Simon.
How are we all doing?
Hot.
Yeah, tell me about it. I've been roasted today in the sun.
Oh, I've stopped going out in the sun. I can't go out in the sun anymore.
Every day a minute. There's no avoiding it,
No.
It's a bit much.
I know. Terrible, isn't it? I'm not made for this weather.
No, layers
of sunscreen.
Yeah, I feel sorry for poor old Rocky at the moment because I'm getting up about 6:30, and by 7:15 we're on the walk, and he hates the mornings, so, but it's the best time to take him.
This is either early in the morning or late at night.
Yes. Newcastle's the best team in the world. Oh dear.
Well, is that Christoph?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, Desi would agree with him.
So, what music have people been listening to this week?
FM. Noel Gallagher's High Flying Circus, the new album.
High Flying Birds.
Yes, what it's called.
What do you think?
I love it. I'm reviewing it tomorrow, so I'll think. Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much for coming in, and thank you very much,
Charles.
Harry Kane signed.
Harry Kane signing for Oldham. That's a good one.
Yeah. Apparently, Chelsea have turned down an offer from Man United for Mason Mount. I've heard that today.
Yeah, it's old news that.
Oh. That's how much I know about football. But the most important thing tomorrow, the Ashes.
Yeah.
Start.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Right. Let's go around the panel. Are we going to win the Ashes?
No. Probably not.
Yeah.
I think we might, but we've got a habit of either it's either 500 runs or out for next to nothing, isn't it, at the moment?
But do you know when the last time Australia won an Ashes series in this country?
I heard on the news it was an age ago. It was absolutely years ago, and I was really surprised. I can't remember when it was though.
2001.
Wow.
It's the last time the Australians won an Ashes. They retained the Ashes the last time I was here because the series was drawn 2-2.
Yeah.
So England have not been beaten at home in an Ashes series since 2001. Okay, they beat India in that world thing, but they haven't faced Bazball yet, have they?
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
And England are having to bring people out of retirement, aren't they?
Yeah, but how many other people how many other England captains would get Moeen Ali to come out of Test retirement? Because of Jack Leach.
Yeah. I think that might prove inspired in the end.
What is this? Bloody Test match special or something?
Oh, sorry, Rob.
I know that Mike looks like Brian Johnson.
Cheers, mate. Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to have tea and cake shortly.
We're going to get bits of cake.
Better than looking like Fred Truman, isn't it?
Well, I can do a Henry Blofeld and tell you what's going on outside.
How many buses have gone past?
Yeah.
And flies and...
I know. I mean, what you really want to do is go way back. John Arlott.
Oh,
you remember?
That lovely.
He's a master, wasn't he?
So are you going to be change the subject now, Ian? Are you doing one of these contests? Are you jumping on the bandwagon again?
Yeah, I'm going to do something, but not for a week. I'm not going to do it. I've got bits and I've got a funeral to go to, and I want to get everything out of the way. I've started on it. It's going to be a good one as well.
Just sorting out the time.
It's just sorting out the time.
So you're having 2 contests in the same year?
Yeah, and that'll be it.
Yeah, that's... Okay. I'm not sure whether that's actually allowed.
What it's saying? Is that the VC?
Well, you know, I make the rules, Ian, and I'm not happy about that.
And rules that need to break. It's a special occasion, isn't it?
Yes.
Will you be pulling the winner out of a hat, or will it be one on merit?
Merit.
Oh no, it's going to be done on the wheel. And as Charles has said, Rocky's rules allows it. Yeah, Rocky has the last say.
Hello, we've had another correct answer in the quiz.
Ooh. Do you have a bit of contest fatigue, Simon? Do you do people's contests anymore?
Not so much anymore, no. I used to a bit, but I haven't for quite some time now. How about you, Rob?
I think half of the videos that I've done this year have been contests or threads.
Yeah.
Well, that only means about 3 videos. So I think when you first start making videos, it's quite important in it to sort of get friendly with people who are, because most of the people who do contests tend to be in the first or second year. And those are the people you want to get closer to, because they're like in your school year, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Exactly right. But I mean, I did about every contest that was going for sort of like 2 or 3 months, but I haven't done one for a while.
Yeah.
I think sometimes you just think, oh no, not another one. And they seem to be.
I'm sure you'll enter mine.
Good reasons sometimes.
It does become a bit of a novelty that wears off a bit after a while, doesn't it?
Yeah.
No,
they're done for the sake of it sometimes.
No, but
Yeah.
they're an important part of what the VC is.
Oh yeah,
I've said this
course.
before, and I'll keep banging the drum about it all the time. You know, the VC isn't this sort of slick operation where, you know, everyone's a master at editing, etc. It's a lot of amateurs who love music, who just want to share it with each other. So
Right.
contests are what make the VC a little bit unique. So although I have a little bit of fun and, you know, degrade them a little bit, they are really important, I think.
Yeah.
oh yeah, definitely. And like you said, you know, it helps to get you introduced to other people.
Yeah.
I think I prefer threads overall.
Yeah, threads are good fun.
Well,
But
they're
what
virtually
you'll
are
find in
threads
the
in a way, though,
VC
aren't
is...
they?
Sorry?
They're quite like threads in
Yeah.
a way, aren't they? You know?
Oh yeah,
You get these channels over mostly in America, and you know, they're doing contests and threads. As soon as they reach 1,000 subscribers, they're off ski. They're not interested. So, you know, I could rhyme off a long list of channels that are like that.
We've had, talking of Americans, that some, you know, up on another channel that, I mean, Rob and I go on, we've had some really nice compliments about our stream on a Thursday, about how it's relaxed and it's a unique.
Now them people aren't actually watching it; they're just being nice, Ian.
yeah, it's therapy here.
Yeah,
Let's see if we can.
it's what
At
they're
least
saying
we're
behind your back, Ian. That's what you got to worry about.
Yeah.
So, are you? I'm not sure whether are you a fan of Noel Gallagher, Mike, or are you not?
No,
really?
do you know? I own absolutely nothing by any Gallagher.
Right.
You know, it's just never appealed to me. You know, right from the start, I thought, you know, bit derivative. You know, but I mean, I'm not going to say I hate them because I don't. But
No.
it's not really for me. I'll tell you what I did buy this week, and that's a new Squid album.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I've been listening to that one, but I've not listened to it that much. I'm too immersed in the Noel Gallagher album. I've not bought it yet. I'm just playing it, you know, through YouTube.
Yeah.
And I've been watching quite a lot of interviews because he's been doing the rounds, and in Noel Gallagher, you know.
Yeah.
He comes across a lot better now than he used to. I think he's going to win a lot of people over with how he's conducting himself these days.
Yeah, it's a lot more reflective, isn't he?
Yeah. Unfortunately, his brother doesn't take a leaf out of his own book. I mean, I think Liam still thinks he's 20 sometimes, which is a shame.
Yeah. He hasn't grown up. Has he?
But you know, it's all the swagger into it, and the Blur and Oasis thing. You know, the media sort of hyped it up, and they went for it. And as you say, sort of Liam's not really got past that.
No, he's always going to be Liam, isn't he? He's not going to change anytime soon.
And I don't think they should get back together. Leave that part of British music history.
Yeah.
I don't like it when I mean, a lot of bands, I like, have got back together, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it just.
Well, I think Noel's outgrown him, hasn't he? You know, he's far more mature, isn't he? He's, you know, than Liam. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Oasis have run their course, haven't they? And that's it.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
You know, it's history now. You know, and like you say, you know, there's some good stuff that Noel's doing at the moment, and best of luck to him, you know.
No, but Liam's just as popular as Noel.
Oh yeah, I know.
Talented, though, is he? He's not as talented. Pardon? He's not as talented, though, is he?
I mean, he had this new album's didn't get to #1, did it?
No.
Foo Fighters were #1, so
yeah, that's a good album as well. I'm going to review that as well tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm not.
I didn't even know there was one out.
Yeah, it came out last week.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Pulsar says the channel is very relaxed and enjoyable, and Iain and Dave are very personable hosts.
Until I start doing Father Jack impressions.
Yeah. Obviously, that didn't impress Rob. He's walked off in disgust.
Timing,
So,
the essence of comedy.
With Blur's new album coming out, do you think they should have brought this album out, or do you think they should have? As you're a big Blur fan,
I wish they would do more rather than wait like 8 years for an album. It's such a long wait for an album, but I do appreciate anything they do, you know. And I'm hearing a few good reviews about this album, so I'm quite eager to get it when it comes out.
Yeah, I've read a few bits about it, and it seems like it's classic Blur, as someone's put it.
Yeah, that's right. Back to their sort of roots.
Yeah.
So that sounds promising, you know.
What do you reckon then, Rob?
Yeah, but Damon Albarn is so prolific. I mean, how many Gorillaz albums has there been since the last Blur album? Probably at least 3. He's done solo albums. What's that? The Good, the Bad, and the Queen. They've done a couple of, at least done 1 album. They've done 2 albums. I think one's a couple of years ago. So there's no one really as prolific apart from probably King Gizzard as prolific as Damon. So he's kind of fitted in this new project. Graham Coxon as well. You know, he's a busy guy, and you know the other 2 members, Alex and is it Dave Roundtree?
Well, Alex has been probably making cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've always been very experimental, haven't they? Even in Blur, you know. I think Oasis had quite a clear identity of who they were. I think that's really why they were the better band between the 2. As Blur,
yeah, they were never afraid to push the boundaries, were they, Blur?
No.
Well, you know, I mean, I think that's why Damon Albarn can sort of, you know, just produce so much stuff. You know, he goes on from one project to another.
Yeah.
You know, he changes his direction, but he always comes up trumps, doesn't he?
Generally, yeah. I really like Damon.
And that just shows what a terrific musician he is. He can do 3 different genres.
Yeah.
And produce good stuff.
Yeah.
That's some sort of feat, isn't it? Okay, what hat have I got today? I'm wearing my Gorillaz, so we're going to do that. And then the next week, I've got my Blur hat on that. And to swap between like that, that's terrific. That just shows what a class.
You know, they never seem to get much of a mention over the pond, do they? Really, Blur seem to be a very British band, very much like the Kinks and XTC. Although those 2 bands are really loved in America.
You thought with the people loving XTC, they'd love Blur because they're sort of a development on from Blur. XTC Blur are.
Yeah.
But,
I've seen Steve Carlson mention Blur a few times recently.
Are you sure he weren't just a bit blurred?
No, that's Bobby Gasson, it blurred.
Oh yeah, that's been the big story this week, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rule number 1: read the small print.
Yeah.
And if it says on the screen, "I do not ship to Canada," it means I don't ship to Canada.
It's only a matter of time, wasn't it? You know, these things are going to happen.
Yeah, I actually felt sorry for poor old Harry because he was almost in tears.
Yeah,
No,
I do. I feel sorry for him.
It's not nice when someone does an attack video, but it was a bit strange, wasn't it? Because I watched it and then I'm thinking Rachel's going to love this. And then she started her program and never mentioned it. So I brought it up and then it sort of gained a bit of momentum. We had a bit of fun with that on. Was it on?
Yeah,
Tuesday?
I got told off because after Harry went on and said his speech, I went.
Oh yeah.
I was told to stop clapping. Don't know why.
Yeah.
If you can't show support for another member of the VC, what can't you do?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny really because Patrick, the vinyl archivist, he does a live stream on Friday evenings. It's Saturday morning here. If I get up for work early, they're all still doing it. It's Friday night over there, and Bobby Gass and Patrick and Harry regularly on the panel and get on quite well. So it's going to be sort of, I'm sure it'll get sorted out. Although Bobby Gass was, full of himself, weren't he? He even made a third video.
I know.
I thought he might have dropped it, boys. I love stuff like this, mate. It's another reason why I like the VC, when you get these like mini dramas like this. You can't make it up, can you?
Yeah.
No, you couldn't write scripts for that, could you?
No.
No. It's Correlation Street, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not for one for airing my dirty laundry in public like that.
No,
that could have been sorted out behind closed doors.
Yeah, but that wouldn't have been much fun, would it?
Oh no, it's just. But I just find it all a bit strange.
Well, you're in the VC now. It's very strange.
Yeah.
The drama.
It just puts you off doing any sort of auction, isn't it, really?
Yeah, well, that's a good thing, isn't it?
I think the only sort of auction I'd do is as of objects and bits and bobs for a charity.
Oh, you've got to be careful doing that. We had a big scandal a couple of years ago where people were doing an auction for homeless people, and it got out of hand and money went missing. It was brilliant.
Oh, a bit like the SNP.
Yeah, a little bit like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think Matt signs it. It's like a car crash. It's hard to look away.
Exactly.
I think, Matt, you got it right, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
it's just been interesting being part and watching it, though. I must admit, it's been quite... Well, it stops everyone having a dig at me and about if I've been to Windsor. But it was totally the opposite the other day. I mean, Patrick was an absolute star. He says, come on, let's get into 1,000.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, we'll be here all day. But within 6 or 7 minutes, I'd got 1,000. I
told you, though, didn't I? If you go on there, spend a bit of time, you'll pick, especially when you're getting close to a milestone, because it can take you a while to pick up those last half a dozen subscribers. But if you go on there, you've got the exposure. You'll pick them up.
I think that the bit of what got us, the thing that got sort of me was we would go flying, and then it got to 980, and it was dribs and drabs.
Yeah.
And people would drop out, and it was going back the other way. So it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I was quite happy. Dave and I we were thinking at the end of August, going on the current how it was going.
Yeah,
but,
I mean,
Patrick was just an absolute star.
I noticed because I looked on your subscribers, and you went from sort of 990 to like over 1,010, and that's what you want, because if you reach 1,000 subscribers, then make a video celebrating. You can bet your life you'll lose 3 or 4 subscribers. People just unsubscribe to put you back down below 1,000.
It's not what you do, Rob.
Yeah, but
That's what
once
people
you've hit
do.
the 1,000, yes. But once you've hit the 1,000, you're there for, I think it's a month before you can go back down again.
Is that right?
I think it's a month for demonetization. They have to give you an initial period, and then.
Yeah, I don't know anything about that. I'm only doing this for fun.
That's why I've got my technical advisor.
and he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right, here's a question for you.
Go on then.
Thinking caps on and people who are in the gallery. So what's your favourite 5-year period of music ever?
Oh. No, I can tell you straight up. 1979 to 1984.
Yeah, that's probably your age, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say 77 to 80 or 81.
Yeah, I'm like 78 to 82. Simon will be different because he's younger.
Yeah, I would say 93 to 96. Well, 97 rather.
78 to 83.
Yeah. Well, that's 6 years, isn't it?
Yeah, Stephen Schnee's 78 to 82.
That's the same as me, that. Well, is that an age thing? Because that's like me when I'm like 15.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I was 12 in 78. And then I was at the beginning of the new wave of British heavy metal, and that was my sort of thing. That, you know, that's when I really got into heavy metal. Yeah, I think it's all an age thing because Matt's coming out with 78, 84, very similar to me. I think it's an age thing. You're right, Rob. I think it is definitely an age.
Sure.
I'm sure Nick
definitely.
78
but
to
that,
82.
you know, I think you have probably sort of like two periods, because there's the sort of the early periods when you first get into music. And for me, it would be around about 1970, 1972. I still think 1972 was an absolutely brilliant year for music.
Yeah.
And then, you know, punk came along. I was a teenager, you know, and that's what stuck with me, you know, forever.
Yeah.
I think you're right, Mike, because again, when I remember, you know, listening to T-Rex, Slade, Mudge, Sweet, even Gary Glitter. This was, yeah. But what I mean is, it's that time.
Yeah, we were all in his gang here. We were all in his gang.
You have to live through it to appreciate it, don't you? I mean, there's no point saying like the early 60s or something if you weren't there, you know, if you weren't living it, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd have to say my one would have started the middle of 72 to about 74, because we were leaving Cyprus and we were listening to BFBS radio. So what we heard was secondhand. We didn't have access to the music that you did. And it was whenever we came home and started seeing stuff on a colour TV, good God, that was an amazing thing. And seeing Top of the Pops, wow, the world opened up. The world of music just exploded in our faces. I think it was a great time.
Yeah, I'm sure. So I'm like 58. So someone who's 10 years. So someone like Mazzy, he's about 67, 68. I'm sure he'd probably choose sort of 67 to 72. I know he's got a wide variety of musical tastes, but I wonder whether he'd go in for that 5-year period, you know, when he was probably 15 to sort of 19.
Yeah, I mean, with the Beatles, I mean, these Kinks, he knows so much about that era, doesn't he? In the San Francisco scene. You know, I think you're right, Rob. You know, he's a man of knowledge of that music. I would have loved to have been around in them years myself, because there's some great music.
Yeah.
You know, coming out of the San Francisco area and the West Coast.
But I was thinking about this century, because I think Mazzy did a video, the best record of this century in it.
Calexico.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a bad record. I'm not a bad band, but really?
Yeah, I was listening to that today and on streaming it, and yeah, it's melodic and it's nice. But so then I went on, I think it was Pitchfork, and I had a look at the sort of what the critics say are the best 100 albums of this century, and I think it was Amy Winehouse was number 1. I just wondered what the panel or anybody else their top 3 albums of this century, what would they be?
Ooh.
Well, one of mine would be Amy Winehouse for
Back to Black.
Back to Black. I love that. It's a great, for such a young person to come up with this jazzy sort of bluesy album was fantastic.
Yeah.
Beginning of the 20th century, 21st century, I was really getting into power metal and symphonic metal. The Nightwishes and Muse were just coming through then as well. So that was my sort of thing. But bands like Muse have gone the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got absolutely loads of symphonic metal, opera metal CDs, but I don't really like to talk about it.
I'd probably,
No, I don't blame you.
Probably say
Patrick, I want to know that because Lonesome Crow is a fantastic album.
Probably Coldplay, Parachutes would be one of them. Maybe Keen, Hopes and Fears. Can't quite think of a third one.
Yeah, Charles White's got Porcupine Tree and Absentee yet. That's a great album, Charles.
But I don't know whether it's just our age or maybe it is, but there has been a bit of a dramatic drop-off this century compared with sort of the last 25 years of the last century compared to the first 25 of this. Or is it just an age thing?
Last
but
century,
so many young people really like 70s music, don't they?
Yeah.
What about you, Nick? What would you have as your favourite albums of this century?
I wouldn't honestly know, to be honest. I don't really follow modern bands.
Yeah, well, you don't have to be. You've got specials, haven't you, from this century?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the. I'm getting all muddled up. Never mind. Nirvana.
That's 90s, that.
Oh, yeah, of course it is. I don't know. The last specials ones, to be honest, Rob, I don't rate them that much. They're quite dark, quite political.
Yeah.
The trouble is, you're always going to compare them to the very first album.
Yeah.
The same with a lot of bands. A lot of good groups, it's their first album is their sort of magnus opus, and that's their, benchmark.
I didn't mean to put you on the spot or anything, but I think what you're saying would be quite representative of a lot of people when it comes to this century.
Yeah.
A little bit maybe underwhelmed, but obviously, if you dig, there is some great stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it really put me on the spot there, Rob. And I thought, I don't really know, but then I'm thinking maybe, Let England Shake is a brilliant album.
Yeah, PJ Harvey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good evening, Louis. Welcome.
Hi, Nick.
I had the new Damned album on today, and that was bloody good. That's one of my buys of the year. That is, I'd highly recommend that. And I'm not being biased. I'm not being biased because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
It genuinely was good.
I like that.
Sorry, go on.
I would say I like the Morrissey album. Is it Who's the Quarryman? Is that what it's called? That?
Yeah, Who's the Quarryman? Something like that.
Yeah, is that from 2005?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that is a good album.
That was a good year, I think. That was a very good year. A lot of bands were emerging that particular year, weren't they? It never really seemed to.
No.
Never really got that kind of repeat of that kind of thing again, did we?
Well, I think that was like the second coming of Britpop. That 2005 to 2008. There were so many British bands Maximo Park and the Libertines.
There
You know,
was
it's a great time for British music. That sort of
Kaiser
mid-2000s.
Chiefs, Killers,
Arctic Monkeys, and
Keen,
Snow Patrol and stuff. You know.
See,
Snow Patrol.
See, I don't follow Arctic Monkeys. That sort of. I don't know what the fuss is.
Yeah.
But people rave about them, don't they?
Yeah, they're brilliant.
I don't know. Maybe I haven't listened to them enough. But
I thought, you know, that first album, that was just something special. It was something completely different.
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of immediately set them apart from everybody else.
Yeah. I can feel a book coming here.
No.
Who's Rob?
Not at all.
are they a Manchester band? I don't know.
No, they're from Sheffield.
Sheffield.
Sheffield. Oh, Human League.
They're not perfect, you know. Do you want me to do the compilation quiz?
Oh, yeah.
Well, before you do that, does anybody else want to come on stream?
Where's Richard?
He's gone to work.
Oh, he's normally a shoo-in for this.
Yeah,
Exactly. That I think that's why Rob's been waiting.
Yeah, Rob, Chance has put up Louis Golden is so good. Rob Walker gave it a 5 pooey emoji. Nice one, Chance. Yeah, there's lots of people coming up with theirs as well.
I'm surprised he's here.
I'll tell you what, Ian. Throw up the invite, and I'll hop off, and that gives you space to bring somebody in.
Okay.
So I shall be in chat. But good to see you all, everybody, and catch you
see you, Dave.
next week.
Yeah, see you, Dave.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
I'll tell you what. I'd love to sit in a room with you lot there, with all these new bands and all this malarkey and that, playing an album, and I'll give you an honest review about it. But like you say, Rob, I'll probably be totally underwhelmed.
Right.
You might surprise yourself, Nick.
Oh,
This
I
is
don't
one
know.
of the greatest albums of the last 25 years by the Twang.
Who?
The Twang.
Sounds like something that happened to me, Elastic.
Right. When I find them DVDs I'm sending you, Nick, I'll send this down to you and listen to it, and I guarantee you'll like it.
All right. Okay.
So yeah, this is a. Do you know this? Do you know this, Simon or Mike?
I don't.
No, I don't think I've ever seen it before.
They're absolutely brilliant. This is
Yeah.
their debut album. And
Are
this
they a popular beat combo?
No, they're. I saw them with. I went to see Shaun Ryder and supported Shaun Ryder, but this is just
all right.
Absolutely brilliant. They're from Birmingham.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. Before you start, I agree with Patrick. Black Star Riders, they brought a new album. And if you like Thin Lizzy, and if you've never heard Black Star Riders, check them out. There are 2 videos on the channel of the Black Star Riders. There's a full album ranking and a review of the new album. So,
trouble is, I've gone off Thin Lizzy because I have a golden oldie radio station on in the lorry every morning for a few hours, and they keep bloody playing The Boys Are Back in Town, and it's getting right on my jollops, you know.
It is a song that if I never hear it again, I'm never gonna cry about it. It seems like that's the only song they ever made, and they made far better ones than that.
Yeah, it's a bit like White Stripes, isn't it? And Seven Nation Army.
Yeah.
All you bloody hear.
Or Living on a Prayer, Bon Jovi, you know.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to do the quiz now. So This is the album. Junior saw it happen.
I've never
Ooh.
seen this one.
No, right. And this is the label. People will know this label in the UK. So this is the label that it's on.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
We've got
So
the
what I'm going
record
to do
down
is I'm
there.
going to read out the band. So these are all really well-known hits and it's sort of late 60s, very early 70s. So you can throw out, I mean, most of them are pretty well-known bands here. So side one, the first track is by T-Rex. Which song?
Motley Crue.
Keep
Get
going.
it on.
Yeah. Who was that, Nick?
Yeah.
That's 1 point for Nick.
Chalk it up.
Yeah. Move.
Flowers in the Rain.
Yeah. That's one for you, Mike. This is maybe a little bit tricky. Yardbirds.
God.
Still
Don't let me be misunderstood.
That's the Animals, isn't it?
Still on
Yeah.
Yardbirds.
For your love.
No, it's
No,
not that one.
I'm your man. I'm your man.
No.
Oh,
I was listening to a Yardbirds album this week.
Yeah, no, I saw you show that.
God.
Not Heartful of Soul.
Well, that was Yardbirds.
Quite a tricky one. We'll
Is it a
come back
cover
to that.
version?
Small Faces.
Tin Soldiers?
Yeah,
No.
well done, Nick. Well done.
Oh, blimey.
Kinks.
Lola.
No.
Eight
is it
Man.
earlier than that?
Classic Kinks.
You really got me.
You really got me here. Status Quo.
Blimey.
Picture match
Down.
today.
1970.
In my chair, down the dust pipe.
Down the dust pipe, yeah. Searchers, 64.
Needles and pins.
Yeah, you're on a roll now. 64 Honeycombs.
Have I the right?
Yeah, well done, Simon.
Oh,
done,
where'd he pull that one out of?
67, a bit of a random Procol Harum track.
Homburg, is that?
Yeah, who said that?
Me.
Well,
Oh,
give that guy a Jim will fix it badge.
No, thanks.
Amen Corner from 69.
Half as nice.
Paradise Half is nice, yeah. The Move from 68.
Fire Brigade.
No,
Full Park Incident.
no.
Blackberry Way.
Yeah, Blackberry Way, yeah. Small Faces from 66.
Itchy Park.
No.
Lazy
Tin
Sunday.
Yeah, well done. Lazy Sunday, yeah. T-Rex from 71. I think it was a number one.
Hot Love.
Yeah, well done, Mike.
Blimey.
With another Yardbirds, I think it was mentioned earlier, 65.
Heartful of Soul.
No. I think
I'm a man.
Graham Goldman wrote it. Someone mentioned it before.
Still I'm sad.
No.
I don't know then.
For Your Love.
Oh, Christ. Yeah.
Kinks from 67.
Waterloo Sunset.
Well done, Ian. Blue Mink from 69.
Melting Pot is the only thing I can think that they
Yeah,
did.
melting. Yeah, it's Melting Pot, yeah. Donovan from 65.
Sunshine Superman.
No.
Mellow Yellow.
No.
Jennifer.
No.
Oh,
God. I've got a Donovan album and all.
Everyone's got a Donovan album.
yeah.
True.
They don't play it, but they got it. Give up.
Yeah.
I've heard of it before.
Hurdy Gurdy Man.
No.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think.
Catch the Wind.
Catch the Wind. Oh, yeah.
And
played
finally,
that.
an easy one. Procol Harum from 67.
Yeah, White Shade of Pale.
Yeah, well done, Nick. Yeah, so that's the album. Cost me £2.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like a bargain, that.
well done,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, nice one.
Yes.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know who Blue Minkin, so they were, as Dave's put, they're a 6-piece band, and it featured Herbie Flowers, who's played with Sky, and he is the bass player on the War of the Worlds as well. Jeff Wayne's War of the Worlds. They had another song, didn't they, Blue Mink? Banner Man. Glory, glory, hallelujah, listen to the man. La 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 la. Better not do too much singing or they'll take me down.
Yeah. I've heard of them, but I honestly wouldn't know what they sing. So it's all above and beyond me. All above my
If you heard the song, you would know it.
Probably, yeah.
I'll confirm this. Blue Mink, they did the Banner Man as well, didn't they? That was their big.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah.
And the band marched on. Da, 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 da.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I've heard that one.
Yeah, that's Blue Mink. So what's this hot news then? You said this day you might get your daughter on the channel.
Oh,
Rob.
yeah. Yeah. Ella, I'm not sure what time she'll be home tonight. I think she's on a... She kind of made a bit of an appearance the other week, but you never really saw her, did you? You could hear her whinging.
Yeah, about Chloe Kelly's shoes.
Yeah. But, depending on what time she comes in, I'm sure she'd come and say hello, but...
Yeah, here's the full lineup for Patrick. That's who the band were. You might know some of the people in there. Madeline Bell, for starters.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard of her.
There were some great people in that band. You know, Roger Cullen, Madeline Bell, Roger Cook, Ellen Parker, Herbie Flowers, and Barry Morgan.
Right, I'm going to put everyone on the spot now. Tell me about a good VC video you've watched this week.
I watched a brilliant one from Vinyl Monkey.
Oh, the one where he took
The vinyl community and obesity.
Yeah,
I thought it was brilliant. I really thought that was great. I think it took a bit of courage to do that, really.
Yeah. I wasn't really aware of that channel until he did the vinyl tag, so I kind of discovered him then.
Yeah.
What about you, Simon? Have you been too busy delivering mail, or have you actually watched any VC videos? Or
I've watched a bit. I'm just trying to think what it was I watched, but ask me in a minute. I'll just check my history.
Yeah. And what's your video, Simon?
Oh yeah, my CD finds. Yeah.
Oh, that's what mine is. I thought that was a great video. You picked up some absolute jaffers there, Simon.
I know.
Oh yeah, talk about a bargain.
I know.
Yeah, but it's a vinyl community, and he keeps showing CDs.
I know. Well, that's the way things are at the moment.
You're going to get done over the Trade Descriptions Act. They're so cheap, those CDs at the moment. I mean,
yeah,
it's ridiculous, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, you've got a question. I mean, I know Mike's here. We shouldn't really say anything about him, but you've got to question people's sanity, haven't you, when there's forking out all this money on vinyl when you can pick CDs up for, $6 for £1. It's just madness.
The trouble is, I don't want to buy them.
Oh, Beano's is great. When Harry met Bobby.
I'll only buy one if it's really, really necessary. If I want to complete a discography in that, because
yeah,
some albums you just can't get on vinyl. That they weren't either they're too rare or they were never put onto vinyl.
Yeah,
and you can't sort of sit here all the time waiting for a reissue on vinyl, can you?
Yeah,
But in a way, it's kind of cheating, I think. But there you go.
What's cheating? What are you going on about now?
Well, it's called vinyl community, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Simon's definitely cheating. Pardon?
I cheat.
As well.
I must cheat as well because I don't show much vinyl.
Yeah, well, you're here under false pretenses.
Yeah, I do show vinyl. Look, I've got 6 up in the corner here.
Well, do you want a bloody medal?
I picked up some vinyl, but I haven't shown.
Yeah, you're the only guy that can show his whole vinyl collection on one video.
Yeah.
But then again, you can't play a record in a car, can you, or a lorry?
No.
So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Can we just welcome all the way from Japan, Michael? Good evening, Michael. Good afternoon. Good morning. You can talk.
Please answer my prayers and be muted.
You know, my feelings are really. Let me turn off that other tip. You know, Rob, it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks. And I put out my 10 Commandments video. Not a peep out of you.
No.
You didn't like it?
Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, it was good fun.
Well, a
That doesn't
compliment.
mean I've got to respond to it. Have I got to respond to it? I did 10 questions, and I sort of wrestled with myself whether I should, do the video. This was about 3 or 4 weeks ago, so it's all ready to go. But I just don't know whether I'm going to do it or not. I probably won't do it. And then you jumped in and did that, and it was fun. You did some, some of the points you brought up. You brought one up about, was it about CDs having to? Why do people apologize? What was it you said?
Yeah, you shouldn't apologize for showing CDs.
What, in the vinyl community?
Yeah.
Can you expand on that?
Well, there's this pressure to buy vinyl, but it's expensive, right?
It is, yeah.
And oftentimes, I mean, you got to make a decision. What's more important, the music or the plastic type?
Look,
And
it's not free entry into vinyl community, You can't just have any Tom, Dick, and Harry. You've got to be buying vinyl.
well, of course, but sometimes we don't make as much as others, And,
No, Mike, you got to be like a monk, living in poverty, surrounded by your vinyl collection.
Exactly, that's what we all do.
Yeah.
Actually, someone should do a video about accounting, like fiscal responsibility.
Yes.
of the vinyl collector, and have their wives come in and make some comments about their husbands or their boyfriends' spending habits. Be quite funny.
Give us one of your questions, Michael, and we'll all respond to one of them.
Well, it wasn't a question. It was a
observations, whatever.
About what, Rob?
On that 10 Commandments, one of you pick one and we'll answer.
Well, it. I said, thou shalt not make Mazzy tribute videos.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good one. What, a tribute for when Mazzy dies? Is that what you're?
No. Just like people kind of like.
He's probably already got one of those lined up for himself, hasn't he?
I've got one lined up.
Do you?
Trying and everything. So was that aimed at people who make tribute videos?
That was aimed at people who, for lack of a better word, ape or copy some of the aspects of what he does. Kind of like trying to like ride on his tail, and it's like guys, it's like think up your own ideas. Huh?
Are you talking about Vinyl Richie here?
I don't. Let me just do my favorite Wax impression. Well, I'm not going to mention any names of that person who kind of did something. I'm not going to mention any names. So I'm not going to mention any names, but, let's just, keep it light.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was a 10 Commandments thread going around.
Well, not a thread. I just made one, and oftentimes when I make one, nobody ever makes one after mine. So it's like I'm kind of lonely out here.
Left hanging.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, I've got 10 commandments ready to go, but people expect me to do it probably, and it's I'd like to do the unexpected, which is do nothing really. So.
I didn't realize you cooked one up. I feel I scooped you.
Is it? Yeah, you did a bit. Has anybody? Yeah, because Simon as well. Has anybody here ever done a tribute video to an artist and put a video up?
Yes, I've done quite a few. But they've got to be really big stars. I think the last I've done Vangelis. I've done people from Manny Charlton from Nazareth, but they've got to be someone that is special to me. I won't just put one up for the sake of it. It's got to be an artist that I've loved.
I can imagine you doing one for Bonnie Tyler or something like
that. Me, Bonnie Tyler, no chance.
I had a shock. I think she's 78 now, Bonnie Tyler.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah.
I mean,
no one else has done one. Have you ever done one, Simon?
No, I don't think so.
No.
You have, haven't you, Nick?
Yeah, Terry Hall.
That's right, yeah.
But that's different. I think that's someone, significant person to do.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I could see that, Nick. That's someone who's been with us through our childhood, isn't it, Nick? That.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whereas Burt Bacharach, I mean, favour, will you?
Yeah, I know. But you're right. If it's someone who's special to you, someone that means a lot, like you say, someone that you've grown up with, then fair enough. Yeah. But don't just do it for the sake of it.
No,
it's a bit morbid, isn't it?
There's a sweet spot, and the sweet spot is before the cold. Get a video out and you'll get a lot of views.
Yeah. I mean, it's really, there's so many people you could pre-record videos for right now,
Yeah. Give us another one of your 10 Commandments, Mike. They're good fun, these.
Okay. Thou shalt get to the point of your video within the first
I disagree with
minute.
This strongly.
Okay. Now, it's kind of like the rules of public speaking, right? Because that's what this is. It's public speaking, right? And the rules of public speaking say, in the first minute, this is the point I'm going to make in this video, and these are the three supporting points I'm going to make for this point, and you get that accomplished by the first minute, and then you do your thing.
Yeah.
What do you like? Are you making a cocktail or something with that head of yours? You like a martini shaker?
That's okay, Michael, but my videos are pointless anyway.
No, you get to the point. Look, we're all busy people, right? And
that's another thing that you're wrong with.
Wrong. Okay, well, I'll shut up now. You talk.
Yeah, Stevie Vinyl covers it. I've done a tribute to Michael of Ricefield Records not long now before expecting low views.
Yeah.
It's allowed to say that.
I want to say this. I keep repeating myself the same thing every week. Don't be slick. Don't have a script. I think I can't remember who it was. I was watching a video. It was that memorable. And I think we got 6 minutes and he still hadn't shown a record. He was blabbering on about something. But I carried on watching it because I like the guy. But I can't remember who it was. It was certainly someone in America because that tends to go on a lot over there. But
thank God for that. I thought you were going to say it was me.
I think the blathering's the best.
You do go on a little bit, but it's part of the charm again. I want to keep emphasising about this charm. If that Chance character's watching, he's one of the ones who's trying to change. Instead of chance, it should be charm. He's trying to charm his way into the hierarchy in the vinyl community. That's what Chance is doing, and he's, whining and dining with all these channels that you don't actually know who these people are. They've got like 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers, and I haven't got a clue who they are.
It's a good one. I would like to see a Rob England versus Rob America video. Go on. That'd be good.
So
yeah.
Rob,
yeah.
Rob, over here. So
the cat's crying.
I know. So I see your point, okay? And the reason why I kind of beat that drum about public speaking and getting to the point to the first minute is I don't have that talent. There are certain guys who can start the camera and do a beautiful pitch, right? Harris Bilton, okay? I can watch that guy every video. He's fantastic. I can't do it. So what seems like slick from me is the fact that I simply edit out all of my uhs and and I kind of step back and I go, because I only do one take, but I do say it a couple of times in my take, and then I just remove the stuff to get to something that I like. So that's why it might come off as slick, but that's how I make it.
Yeah, I tend to start. There's so many that I've had to start again. I get into a flow and then I go switch off, start again.
Gents, I've got to go. I've got to go and collect my daughter. So
okay, Nick. Good to see
all
you.
the best to you.
Okay,
Cheerio.
thank you very much, Nick, for coming in. Much appreciated. Yeah, so I start again. I just, or if I'm halfway through, I'll stop and start. I don't like to fluff it. I'm a bit of a perfectionist sometimes. If it's not good enough, it doesn't go out. I start again.
Yeah, like I say, I'm a massive, massive fan of just keep talking and don't show any records. So I'm at odds with you there. But what about another one? Let's have another one, Michael.
Thou shalt keep their video to less than 20 minutes long.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I tend to agree.
Agreement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of overgoing 20 minutes loads of times.
Thou shalt not show their recent record. They should not refer to their recent record acquisitions as a haul, HAUL, which kind of like, it's like we're not gophers, collecting nuts, bringing them back to our tree, only to make videos.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like the language of Instagram, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm guilty of that, though. So.
Yeah.
I think we all are, really, aren't we?
I think it's an American term, that. Or what?
I guess so.
What I think, Michael, one of yours was showing records before you played them, weren't it?
That's a bug. That's a bugaboo of mine. Okay. And it's like there's this trend or this category of vinyl community videos where people go, here's this record, I just bought it, here's this record, I just bought it, and they're showing it. It's like, I'm thinking like, well, what if it sucks? Like, what if that record sucks? Here you are, you've showed it, I bought it, you don't know anything about it, and you're showing it, and it's like, don't go listen to it and then make your video. Okay, talk to me about it once you've absorbed it, and that goes back to the whole thing. It's like, okay, so you've all these records. It's like when I see these videos where somebody goes, I just got like 40 freaking records. I'm sitting there going, that's a year's worth of listening for me.
Yeah,
it can take me a year to absorb that music and be able to talk about it intelligently.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, the other thing is that I like to show a bit of enthusiasm about what I'm showing. I mean, how can you do that if you're not listening to it?
Right.
Unless, of course, it's the 35th copy of the same album that you just bought, and it's some sort of MoFi edition or whatever they call them. And then you can say, can't you?
Then you can make a boring video.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true, Chance. It's true.
What's Chance saying?
He's saying whether the record is good or bad, taste is relative. Somehow the story behind it was that I found or pick it up. It was the best part of the show. Sure.
I think there's kind of different categories. So when you watch certain channels, you know you're not going to get the history of each record that they're going to show. So if you've got an appetite for a certain channel, you don't actually mind that because you're more interested what they've actually found. Maybe 70% of the time you might know the title anyway. So it'd only be, you know what you're dealing with. But I've kind of stepped back from doing haul videos to a degree because, like you say, I wanted to get away from just showing a record without actually knowing what it's like. And with the amount of vinyl I buy and CDs, it takes time to go through it all. So
I'd just like to say something about this fellow Stevie Vital Cupboard. He's trolling me right now. He's a very, most of the people from your country are very nice people, but that's Stevie.
Yeah. Why don't you tell him
I've heard he's a troublemaker.
Huh?
Tell him to start a channel.
Ooh. One for Rob.
Did you mention Rachel's ghost in one of your questions?
I did. Thank you for bringing that up. And before I answer that, I just like to say that for a guy who said on this channel that he's publicly sworn off on Rachel's ghost, you sure are spending a lot of time back in the peanut gallery, Rob.
Yeah, I can't help it. It just draws you in, doesn't it?
You fell off the wagon.
I know, but I knew I'd get pulled up by you by that because you're someone who watches it like religiously, aren't you?
I watch. Well, luckily I get to watch the recordings now because she's not deleting them. Before all I had were people like Marius Stark and Davy Strangename to show me. That was my lens.
So what was your question? People shouldn't refer to it.
It was thou shalt not refer to Rachel's Ghost live streams. Okay, I specifically said live streams has the vinyl community, and I think one of the reasons why I did that is, I'm meeting some Europeans who say to me, Michael, I was curious about the vinyl community, and I just can't believe that that's it. Because I watch those live streams and, I know that there's something much bigger out there than that. And so that was kind of why I made that slide for the Ten Commandments.
Yeah. Someone else say something instead of me. I'll get back to that in a minute. What do other people think?
Actually, something I'm interested in, Michael, is hear a bit more about that sedate record fair you went to. It was just nothing like I've ever seen before.
Yeah, it was a good video that was, Michael. Like that.
Rob, they changed the subject.
Yeah, no, we don't want to talk about Rachel's ghost.
Okay, maybe let's not. Why don't we have a stream where we don't? Uh-oh, he's jonesing. He's starting to get he's getting the shakes. He's starting to sweat. Rob's starting to sweat.
No, so when it comes to Rachel's ghost, I can understand if people didn't know anything about the vinyl community and went into that. They might be entertained, but they'd certainly be a little bit confused because probably 85% of the vinyl community don't really have anything to do with that. It's the same characters who go on there generally. Some people drop in now and again, but it's sort of a hardcore of people. But I think
like this, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm waiting for it to go 24/7.
But I've said before it's got its faults, but generally I find it entertaining. So, and that's what I want to be entertained. I know it's not perfect. Rachel will be the first person to say it's not perfect, but it entertains me. So I'm happy.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Like I say, it's not perfect, but.
And to his credit, a certain somebody, a certain number 2, has become less caustic, less, mean, and it has become more entertaining, or more of a real normal live stream.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that too.
Yeah.
Patrick says no one's never going to get along with everyone, but they're saying derogatory things about a user because they say derogatory things about a user B is a kind of self-defeating. Yeah, I get that.
I mean, people shit on live streams, but I mean, this is a live stream, and it doesn't have bring people from all over the world together. And okay, we might have our differences, but it sure is a great thing, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, my vocabulary is expanding with all this contact with people from Great Britain.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that like this stream, we're getting more people coming watching from America now than we ever did, and that's great. It's just making that Atlantic Ocean a little bit smaller. And then you're the other direction. You're bringing your side of the world a bit closer to the UK. I mean, people said, "Oh, this stream is just about the UK." For UK people, it isn't. And I said that on Rachel's Ghost. I said, my stream is that I'll have anyone from anywhere in the world. It's about talking about music and friendship and good conversation. Doesn't matter if you're from Timbuktu or Peking or wherever. Just come and talk about what you're passionate about, and that's the music.
I always like it when people, like I said before, about what have you watched this week, and people come up with, videos that they've watched and enjoyed, because you shouldn't just come on this stream or go on a stream and then come off that stream and have nothing to do with the vinyl community. Something you should be actively watching as much as you can, really. I think a lot of people watch sort of YouTube a lot more than they watch normal television.
Yeah. And in the case of the vinyl community, there's different I don't know, categories or different types of people. I mean, on one extreme, you have people who don't have a channel, they don't have any videos, right? They just have a moniker or an emblem, and you don't know what they look like, and they're on live streams constantly, right? And then you have the other extreme of people who are making videos all the time. They don't have time to be on a live stream because they're constantly editing and thinking of content and actually making videos for upload. So it goes that spectrum.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that right balance myself. I do my stream, I pop on Rachel's. I'd like to go on others as well. I mean, it'd be nice just to be a guest on someone else's stream.
You've got to get invited, though, Iain.
Yes. I'm always open up for invites, people. So if you want me to come on, you're more than drop me.
The thing is, though, it might be sort of the middle of the night. I know when Patrick does his, I said earlier, he has a great stream. He has some really good characters on there. He play music. It'd be right up your street. But if I start work early, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, I think it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, maybe there.
Yeah, I think I have spoken. I think Patrick will probably say that I think we would love to do something together because, as he said, we've got a lot in common. I mean, it might think. Oh, this is one. This is one for you, Simon.
Yeah. Thanks, I appreciate that. That comment.
Yeah. See, we're making olive branches again on the channel, which is fantastic.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's even better. I won't anymore.
I
There you
got a
go.
suggestion. And that is on this channel or any other channels that people come on and they say they like what you do, Rob, and what Rachel does is, you kind of introduce new channels, but there's so many of them out there. So it's either this is a great video I saw this week that's just like a standout that probably nobody's seen, like this fellow taking off his shirt that you guys mentioned around, a little while ago. I just
Vinyl
bookmarked
Monkey,
that.
yeah, it's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like never heard of him before, so I bookmarked that. So it's like let's talk about some of the talent that's out there, or just like people who are really like got something to say, and you look at it and go, oh shit, guy's got like doesn't have a lot of subscribers, and you just want people to know about it. Okay.
Yeah, just like this one, Michael. Just put it up. Lloyd Boone from Australia. He had his channel hacked, lost all his content and subscribers. So get on board with Lloyd. Go and support him. He had a fine channel, got hacked, and now he's having to start from scratch. So if you haven't subscribed to Lloyd yet, go and check his channel out. He's starting to put stuff up again. He's a really nice guy. Go and support him. There we go. I keep plugging him.
Have you got any more of your 10 Commandments, Michael? I'm enjoying these.
I think I might have exhausted them. I don't have them open in front of me. I think I covered them.
No, we've only mentioned about 5 or 6.
Yeah, you had a few crate digging ones, didn't you?
Oh, yes, I did. Okay, so Rob, sometimes when some of us go to a record store, we carry our camera in front of us, and it's like you feel like you need a motion sickness pill because the camera's jerking around. It's like guys, okay, look, you're on location. Okay, let's hold the camera steady and pan slowly, okay? Because not only are you looking, but you're sharing it with other folks who are looking too. So pan slowly so we can put together, because a lot of us will never have a chance to go to these places, right? And I love seeing like hole in the wall stores. I mean, Chris from Record Talk, I mean, the places he used to go to, he's not going to as many anymore. But I want to see it. And these guys mentioned the difference between, Japanese record stores and Japanese record fairs and British record fairs. You want to kind of like note the differences. So take good footage because you're recording it for others to see.
I think you mentioned, Mike, about the guy from Norway. I watched a few of his videos. They're quite good, aren't they?
Oh, Morten Arsted, or whatever his name is.
If you want to see the scenery in Denmark and Norway, he's done some filming, hasn't he?
Yeah. He's just moved back to Norway, but if you like to go on a tram ride, he's your man. I just think they're lovely.
I agree with Carl there that JT's Record Room. He's a good guy, California guy, and he's traveled to Thailand and other places. And one solution is you take some good stock footage of the store. Okay, maybe you don't feel comfortable walking around the store with a camera. I get that. Okay.
Yeah.
But take some good footage. It just gives us a taste of the store and what it looks like.
Yeah.
And then show the records back at home. That's a great solution.
I think there's an appetite for those videos where you do show, when you're outside in stores, there's a huge demand for those kind of videos. They tend to pick up a lot of views. But if you've been making videos for like 3 or 4 years, there's been a huge change in the sort of videos. Used to be very regimented, people just showing a record. If you think it's regimented now, you should have seen it 5 years ago. It's totally different now. And in the next 5 years, I'm sure it'll advance. It's going to get bigger. The video quality, I joke around, is going to improve. So the future of the VCs, it's who knows, but it's growing all the time.
Yeah, I enjoyed doing that little when I went to see T-Rex. I had a lot of fun doing that, even though I nearly had me 2 black eyes with the girl standing in front of me. Good grief! I know that's having a good time, but watch out for people behind you. I'm
gonna have to go now, guys.
Okay, good to see you, Rob.
Yeah, good
to see you. Thank you very much, Rob.
See you later.
As usual.
See you later,
Take
guys.
care, mate. He's gone. Well,
yeah.
Rob's always a good stick. I love his quiz. But again, this is a really nice one. A special one. The 1,000 sub special, as they call it.
Congratulations, Iain.
Yeah. I didn't expect it this quick, but I have to thank Patrick for that. I know he's going to go bright red, but I don't know if you saw this, Michael, but I was on Rachel's and Patrick went, come on, he leads 11 subs for 1,000. In 6 or 7 minutes, I'd gone over the 1,000.
Yeah,
That's all down to Patrick.
Good. It was pretty good.
Yeah, Simon was watching that. It was quite an amazing feat to have it go over the 1,000 on a show. It was just great.
Yeah,
just what we need. But I don't feel any different. I'm just still the humble guy from Northampton.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, it hasn't gone to me head yet.
Yeah, 2,000 will be a different matter, though, won't it?
I will be. Oh, thank you, Patrick.
You know what I think about like the whole vinyl community experience after a good few years down the line is like all these kind of statistics, the subs, the views. It's just statistics in the end. What you really get out of YouTube isn't anything what YouTube has to offer. It's those relationships with people. It's those friendships. You know, it's those bonds. You know, which you know YouTube doesn't offer that. It just sort of allows that to happen on its platform. You know, it's not part of the package, so to speak. That's just what happens. You know.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that, because of all the platforms, YouTube is the only one that does not allow for direct messaging. And you know, there's this anonymous thing that happens that kind of fosters, right? If you really want to get in touch with somebody, you really got to do some forensics, some searching to find them.
This is it.
Rare person who posts their email address on their about page, and there's this real, you know, I understand that. Okay, so we're making videos about ourselves. If you can make a video to show yourself, there's a certain amount of privacy that you've given up, right? It's like, can you imagine? There are guys on YouTube that put a camera on their face every day, but they do not want you to know their real name. You know, they don't want you to find them, and it's like, okay, but you know, like what happened with Harry and Harry and Bobby. You know, I mean, look, if those guys had one another's phone number, you know, one of them could have picked up the phone and called the other one. We wouldn't have had those 2 videos or those 5 videos about this dust up on the purchasing of a record. And where I'm going with this is that Instagram allows you to direct message people, right? But you can't do that with YouTube. It's really weird.
Yeah. You know, that really confused me when I started doing this. I spent hours looking for the messaging. And then, you know, it dawned on me that there wasn't any. It's weird, isn't it? Didn't there used to be, though?
I think it used to be there and then removed that feature. Dale, would you know, Simon?
I think it was removed. Yeah.
I mean, one of the good things now. I mean, I'm going to embarrass Simon now, but you know, we've now swapped WhatsApps and that, and you know, he's been in good contact with me. You know, he knows I've had a torrid couple of weeks, you know, losing a friend and that. But you know, this is what it's all about. It's not just about music; it's that togetherness, and you know that there's someone there to talk to. I mean, right, Simon's had a couple of issues. He's got back to me, and we've discussed it. And I think that's just a support thing as well. We're all good at, we all do our great videos and shows and live streams, but sometimes something happens, and sometimes you can't talk to one of your friends because they don't know the situation, but you can talk to someone within the VC. I now feel that I could reach out to anyone that's been on this live stream because I've now got all your contacts. If I went, I know that someone will reach out, and that's what it's more important, I think, than the Simon said, subs, subscribers, views. It's the genuine feel for togetherness.
Yeah.
And there should be more of that within the community, and
that really is the success you get out of it. It's not the numbers, it's not the subscribers and such. Although it's great to have them, I'm not saying otherwise. Yeah, brilliant. But you can't measure your success on that. You can only measure your success on the experience. That's my take.
Well, the experience is the thoughtful comments you get if you did a good job of the video and people recognize it and give you a rich comment, right? I mean, that's gold.
Yeah, I mean, someone said to me, "This is they're not your real friends." This was. I went, well, what do you mean they're not my real friends? It's just look what final community. What is a community? Just because we don't see each other face to face doesn't mean that you can build friendships. I said it's not like we're just talking in a text. We look at each other on a camera.
Yeah, sure.
And you feel that you know these people and you're getting to know these people. And you're all friends. I mean, we're all friends. We've got this one thing in common, music, and we put our stuff out on our channels. But it's great that we can get together and think, because it publicizes each other's channels.
Mm-hmm.
And other people that come on there, I didn't know Mike's got one, or Michael or Simon, and they'll go and check it out. And that's how it's official. It's a circle, goes round. And it's a great community. Okay, it has its ups and downs, like most things, but you just have to deal with it. I mean, I've had some stick myself,
Oh, that's all part of it, isn't it? That comes with it in a way. But hopefully, it's more good than it is bad. Otherwise it wouldn't be worth doing it. But
exactly. I can't say I've had one bad experience so far. But I've been doing this 6 months now, and it's all been positive for me. And I met you guys. I've met lots of other people, and you're right. We're probably meeting each other. We might be at the end of a video camera. We might be thousands of miles apart, but still, as you say, Ian, we're a community, aren't we?
Yeah. And that's what it's all about, I think, at the end of the day. Just being there for each other when we need it. And I think that's better than, as Simon says, better than having 3,000 subs. It's just having people there that that are there for you when you need it.
Without a doubt. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean that's right. If we wanted to be famous, we'd be making videos about something else, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you pick up a bit of fame on the way, so be it. It's all part of the experience, isn't it? It's if you become a popular YouTuber, great. If I don't,
if someone else mentions me, it makes my day.
And I think we're all equals, no matter what subscribers you have. If you're part of this community, you're in it together, So it doesn't matter what someone has 100 or someone has 1,000 or what, It's all you're doing it all together. You're all in the same boat, And if you're friends, that's fantastic.
Well, on that note, I have to look at the time because I don't want to run out of stream time for the rest of the month. So I'm going to call this to the whole. But thank you, Michael. I know it's very early in the morning for you, so I do appreciate that. It's all right for you, the two Herberts, because you live in the same country as me. But I appreciate everybody that's in the Rankers Gallery from across the pond. I love your contributions. I love you coming over. You're always welcome. You are a big part of this channel on a Thursday night now. I just thank everyone for everything you've done to get me to 1,000 subs. Especially you guys that come up on this stream and making it the success that it's becoming. If it weren't for you coming up on here, this wouldn't happen. I'm just the host. It's all about you guys interacting, and I just sit here like a good host like Graham Norton and just make it fun. So that's all. I mean, tomorrow we've got Alanis Morissette live, and then I'm going to review the new Noel Gallagher and the Foo Fighters albums. And then Saturday, I'm doing that thing with Naomi from 365 Days of Prague. If you love your Prague, go and check out Naomi's channel. It's a brilliant channel. So thank you very much for everybody for watching. And thank you very much for my wonderful panel as ever. So bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Hey, cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye, folks.
Bye for now.